Hello, this is Tom Triwitty. An important part of the breathwork process is understanding the connection between the mind and the body. When the term psychosomatic is used, sometimes people think that it's all in a person's head, that person is making it up, or it isn't real. But if you think about it, if you break the word down, psyche means mind, soma means body. It just means that there's a connection between the mind and the body. More and more people are seeing how this connection can occur. You can be stressed and get a headache. You can worry and get a stomach ache. Worry for a longer period of time and develop an ulcer. Or you can have a certain kind of personality where you're rushed, impatient, in a hurry. What psychologists call type A behavior. Such people tend to have higher blood pressure than normal and are more likely to get a heart attack. More and more people are seeing that these connections can take place. I believe this mind-body connection happens all the time. Whenever we're thinking thoughts and experiencing emotions, it has a corresponding effect on our bodies. You can think of your body as a computer and the mind as a computer programmer. The mind has the ability to program and control the body. Psychoimmunology is the study of how the brain, the nervous system, and the immune system interact. It focuses on how psychological factors affect the immune system. Studies have shown that chronic stress suppresses the immune system. Therefore, an individual is more vulnerable to infections, and it can make various health problems worse. An important person I'd like to talk about regarding the mind-body connection is a man named Norman Cousins. Norman Cousins was a journalist, author, professor, and a world peace advocate. He had a firm belief that emotions play a powerful role in human health. He was diagnosed with a serious, debilitating disorder, and it seemed as if the medical field wasn't able to help him much. So he took matters into his own hands, and mainly did a lot of laughing. He watched Marx Brothers and other TV shows and movies. Doctors were skeptical, but it turns out he laughs himself to a healthy recovery. This actually makes a fair amount of sense if you think about it, because laughter, like breathing and exercise, produces endorphins, which have been known to be highly beneficial to one's health. Norman Cousins wrote a book called Anatomy of an Illness. In his book, he talks about some of his experiences and his belief in the mind-body connection. What's interesting is that the publication of his book came out around the same time as some of the early studies on the mind and the body, particularly how the mind affects the immune system. But what's special about Norman Cousins is that while many people were focusing on stress and the negative effect it has on one's health, Norman Cousins was focusing on how positive emotions can have a beneficial effect on one's health. You know, law of attraction. Focus on what you want rather than what you don't want. Another important person I'd like to talk about regarding the mind-body connection is a woman named Louise Hay. Louise Hay also had a serious health problem. For her, it was early in her life, and she healed herself of it. She would probably say that the main reason for her healing was the healing of her negative thoughts and emotions. She has an excellent book out called You Can Heal Your Life. I think a current publication is called Heal Your Body. In it, there's an alphabetical listing of various health problems, what the probable causes are in terms of negative thoughts and emotions, and how to help to heal them through specific positive affirmations. I use her book and other resources of body psychology. Other resources, the Body Mind Workbook by Debbie Shapiro, and Feelings Buried Alive Never Die.
By Carol Trueman.
These are excellent sources of information in terms of body psychology. They've been invaluable in helping me with my breathwork clients. What's interesting is that A lot of times my clients don't think that these things apply to them. But then when they get into a breathwork session where suppressed thoughts and emotions come to the surface, and then they can see direct connections between their thoughts and emotions and how they feel physically. Now, these sources of information are guidelines. You don't have to feel like they apply 100% of the time, like nothing is written in stone. Each person is unique. What people are experiencing in their lives, particularly what they're feeling emotionally, will give a much clearer picture on the healing path that they need to take. I'd like to conclude this talk by talking briefly about stress. It is pretty well accepted in the health field that stress has a negative effect on the body. But what's more important than the stress is how we respond to it. Two people can have a similar or even identical stressful experience. One can be severely traumatized by it, and another can function in a healthy way. Breathwork plays a valuable role in helping people to respond to stress better. I hope you liked this video. If so, please click the like and subscribe buttons. I hope it has given you some insights into your own mind and body and the connection between the two. Thank you.